Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Teague, here with Badge and Baney. We're going to do things a little differently this week on the recap here. We're going to go over the top scorers list first, and then we're going to talk about a couple of games before we get to the Against the Spread segment. First off, with the list here, at number 5 at Week 11, boys, the PPR scoring, Tank Dell, 29 points. Moving on up at the number 4 spot, we have Saquon Barkley from the Giants with 30. Tyreek Hill with the 3rd spot with 31. And a surprise entrance for these two, the QB wide receiver duo of Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. I know me as a Ridley owner is surprised he's even on this, but I don't know if you guys have any shares in the Ridley train or not, but no?
Not a chance.
No shares for me. I got T-Law, though, so nice to see that.
So there you go. But moving on here, we're going straight to the recap here, guys. I got a couple games I want to talk about with you guys, a couple questions. Maybe you guys can answer them for me. All right. So I want to recap. I know we talked about Ridley and Lawrence there real quick. I want to go Jags versus Titans. Okay. Trevor Lawrence exploded finally. 262 yards and 2 TDs, while fantasy owners finally rejoiced for Calvin Ridley. 7 catches, 103 yards, and 2 TDs. What does this mean for the Jags sitting at 7-3? Are they pretenders or contenders in your guys' minds?
I think, Badge hit on it at the beginning of this season. I think it was one of our first episodes where he said that he was their pick to win that division. I think Houston is throwing a hefty hat in that ring for winning that division. But I heard that Lawrence is actually healthy now. I didn't know that he was really battling an injury. But I guess his knee's feeling better, and I guess the running portion of his game is going to continue, which is very surprising to me. Fantasy owners like yourself have to be happy about that. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this Jags, man. I feel like their defense gives up a lot of points. I don't know. I think they make a push, but I think it's the Texans division, and I'm shocked to be saying that.
Yeah, Baney, I'm just as shocked as you. I know you mentioned my Jags pick before the season started. Things might have changed in my head here. It is nice to see T-Law and Ridley get a little game where they found each other, got a little connection. But yeah, I'm very interested in this game coming up. So that could be Texans division all day. Jags to me been too inconsistent. So
all right. Moving on. This one's kind of directed for Badge here. I want to talk about Steelers versus Browns. I know this was a low-scoring game. The ball kind of stayed in the middle of the field pretty much. Also seems like there's some good takeaways from it. Pittsburgh got an early Thanksgiving gift. OC Matt Canada was let go on Tomlin's watch, he said. So I do have a clip, though, Badge, of an inside source. I want to roll the clip, and then I have a couple questions after, if you don't mind. All right?
All right, let's see it.
Let's roll the clip.
God.
Did he like hold on to the ball and not give it to the referee the entire time? Like, is it?
They're saying because he stood up and was pointing.
So they, sure, somewhere, just like it's what, offsides on the defense? Or was it, no, false start? What the heck is Flag. Back it up.
The offsides.
Probably, yeah.
There's a penalty marker on the near side.
Tomlin starts swinging on the grips.
Oh. 2 seconds left. 13.
So, Badge, I just want to know, run me through it. What emotions were going on? What was going through your head in that moment? I just need you to run it through us and the viewers as you were watching that last kick.
Well, thanks for letting me relive that again, Teak. I thought you were gonna call me a psycho for putting my tree up at day after Thanksgiving or at Halloween. But yeah, I mean that's it's never fun losing to the Cleveland Browns. Doesn't happen a lot, but yeah, it's thanks for that. Didn't want to relive it, but Matt Canada's gone, so do I think they're going to turn it around right away? I mean, you can't learn a whole offense in less than a week, but I think it's going to help. I think the locker room's going to be fired up. But thanks for that clip, Teak.
Baney, I know you're an ex-Browns fan at heart. Did you watch any of the game at all?
Some would say I watched too much of the game. It's total stinker, but I mean, it's an AFC North. You want to hit us with a quote or no?
I'll let you do it.
Nah,
My
I'm
emotions
not.
are down
I'm
now.
retired. I retired the quote. DTR crying on the sideline, everything. Joe Flacco signed there. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happened with this game. But yeah, I don't know, man. Steelers got outgained again for what, like how many games? 10 straight
It's
games
2020.
this year. Yeah, it's crazy. Something had to change. Steelers, it's admirable. Their franchise, I think this is the first in-season firing since 1940 for the team. So it just shows you how big of an actual decision this was. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that with their record, they could still possibly make the playoffs. It's just what Tomlin does. But yeah, it's what a stinker. I also saw some stuff that there's some sources coming out saying that kind of running Kenny Pickett's name through the mud. He's not prepared for games and stuff. Of course, there were anonymous sources. No one wants to put their name to it, I guess. But I was pretty surprised to hear that as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see moving forward if this is a positive or negative. I'm not sure. But like I said, I think Steelers still a dark horse to make playoffs.
And thanks for kicking me when I'm down, Teak, But
Had to be one of my games for the recap.
it made me more sick. I thought if you would have showed the clip of Deontay Johnson running wide open for a Steelers go-ahead touchdown at the end.
I thought it was going to be the clip of the Browns player wiping his behind with the terrible towel.
I
That's
did
a
not
good
see
clip.
that.
That's a good clip.
Both teams' offenses are not looking good right now. So
Hey, Jalen Warren, RB1, though. Gotta love
game.
that.
Warren.
Gotta
He's
love that.
running angry.
Against one of the best defenses in football, buddy. That was a good week right there.
I guess that's the only positive to take out of that week.
And moving on to the last one here I got for you guys. Seahawks versus Rams. A lot of injuries for fantasy in this one. With Walker being injured, you guys would assume this Charbonnet backup would take the brunt of the work coming up here. What does this mean for his fantasy value? And do you think potentially he can be a league winner moving forward?
League winner? I don't think so. I think that offense just throws way too much. But here we are again talking about this running back room. This is like the sixth time we've talked about it this year, and it's just been so like up and down, up and down. I don't know if Walker's been like hurt because his workload these last few weeks has just dropped, and then now he's literally out. Charbonnet, I have a Seahawks fan that's a really good friend of mine. He was really excited to see him in there. He was excited that he held on to him all year. In fantasy, he drafted him day one and just kind of let him sit on his bench. I was pretty surprised when he texted me about it, but league winner, I don't think so. I really don't. Especially with they got San Francisco, Dallas, San Francisco, and Philly. So I can't see a running back producing very valuable numbers these next 4 weeks for them.
Yeah, it definitely boosts his value, in my opinion. I think he's going to be the number one waiver claim if he's not picked already. But yeah, definitely boosts his value. Like Teak said, too. A lot of injuries. I think Stafford got banged up again. Kupp got banged up. Walker's hurt. A lot of injuries in that game. So.
All right. But that's the three games mainly I wanted to talk about before we get to Against the Spread segment. with Badge. Please, guys, I know I say it always, hit that subscribe button on the bottom of the screen. It's free. Also, let them know promo code. You'll see it on the bottom ticker there. First time to get a deposit match up to $100. Yep, stay with us. Let's try to win you some extra dough for the holidays. Maybe get a bigger turkey for Thursday for tomorrow. Let's get right on to it.
What's up, everyone? Welcome. Before I get started and jump into the segment, I want to give a big thank you to our partners at Underdog Fantasy. Go to their app, download their app, go to their website, use promo code Let Them Know, and they will match up to $100 of your first deposit. Again, a huge shout out, huge thank you to our partners here. That's promo code Let Them Know, Underdog Fantasy. Download the app or go to their website, Underdog Fantasy. All right, guys. Now jumping in. Welcome to another episode of the Money Badger against the spread. Last week was a good week. Went 4-2. We cashed again, guys. Cash and checks over here. We're running 66%. Go to the YouTube, subscribe, and you're going to get access to the Discord. The Discord link is actually in the description. So join there and subscribe on YouTube. You're going to get access to our bets. Again, we're posting over-unders. We're posting spreads. We got Teak and Baney with their prop bet poppy moves. These guys hit prop bets like there's no tomorrow. So go subscribe YouTube, get access to that Discord, and let them know. So this week, plan Happy Turkey Day. So I plan on cashing. We bought a big turkey, so got to compensate for that. So this week I got 2 Turkey Day bets for you, 1 total domination bet, Teak's favorite segment, and then I got 2 bonus bets for you. So we're going to jump right into the Turkey Day bet. So for the first bet, we're going to Detroit. We're taking the Lions minus 7.5. So Goff's coming off they got the W last week. Goff's coming off his worst game yet. It was a very sloppy first half. He threw 3 picks. I expect them to rebound at home. Last game when these guys played each other earlier in the season, the Lions hung 34 points against them. I expect them to get 30 again. Now, being on Turkey Day, they're going to be fired up. So this Packers defense is ranked 26th in interception rate. And last week, Packers D allowed 6 yards per carry. Lions, very good offense. 2 solid 1-2 punch running backs. So I expect that to continue again. I feel like there's a lot of value here at minus 7.5. I feel like this should get to double digits or should be in double digits. That's why I grabbed it today. So again, you might want to grab it a little early. Again, give me some stuffing. Give me the Lions minus 7.5. Moving on to our second Turkey Day bet. So I talk about this team a lot. That's Seattle. We're going to Seattle. But this time, boys, I am going the other direction. I am taking San Fran minus 7. Again, this is another game I felt should be 9, 8.5, 10. Gino got banged up. I think he still plays. I think he's going to tough through it. No Kenneth Walker. I know Charbonnet could be a decent running back at times. Ever since the 49ers bye week, this team has been cooking again. Last year, this team played each other 3 times. San Fran won and covered all 3. Again, they're going to win by double digits, I believe. I grabbed it today. San Fran, minus 7. I don't like cranberry sauce, so I'm not going to say that, but I'll take another extra serving of stuffing and green bean casserole for you guys. So, moving on, we're going to Teak's favorite segment, total domination. So, I'm going Rams, Cardinals, over 44.5. Now, this over-under opened at 46.5. So, Now it's down to 44.5. I'm taking the over. I'm not sure if that dropped because a Cup got banged up, but I mean, the Rams are scoring points without Cup, even if he plays or not. I think both teams are going to move the ball. Kyler has a third game back. He's starting to look like himself. I believe there's going to be points in this game. So, again, Rams and Cardinals over 44.5 for total domination. Teek's favorite segment. Teek's going to be betting that one, so make sure you guys put that in. So now we're going to our bonus bet, our first bonus bet. We're going to Indy. I feel this is a terrible spot for the Buccaneers. So I'm taking the Colts at home -1.5. So again, I mentioned terrible spot. Bucs are coming off 6 straight games. Very hard hitting battle last week against San Fran. That couple key injuries on that Bucs defense last week. They're banged up. They need a bye. I mean, this is their second straight road game. Colts are coming fresh off a bye. I love teams that are coming fresh off a bye because they're getting healthy. They're catching their breath a little bit. Again, another intriguing stat too. The Bucs are ranked 27th in penalties, so they're a very high penalized team. So I think that's going to go in the favor of the Colts. Again, Colts at home. I love this spot for the Colts. I'm going Colts -1.5 at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So to finish it off, I have to say, this is not a homer pick. I'm all about making money. I just love this spot. So last week, my Pittsburgh Steelers, very, very sloppy offensive win for Kenny, or a loss for Kenny Pickett. I mean, that offense looked terrible. Tomlin, after losing a rookie DTR, he's not going to lose again to Jake Browning, who's making his first NFL start. Again, it's not a homer pick, guys. I know you might think it is, but it's not. So even with Burrow, the Bengals rank 25th in yards per play. So I think this defense is going to get the pressure. There's a little bit of fire in the locker room now. History shows, you guys know Matt Canada got fired today. So history shows when there's a big coaching change, this team is going to band together in that locker room. They're going to get the win. Morale's down for the Cincinnati Bengals, I think, after losing Burrow. I think their playoff run hopes, they can feel it. Have to use high quarterback caliber of Joe Burrow. I mean, that's a huge blow to them. Any chance of making a playoff run, I think, went out the window unless somehow Browning can step it up in a big, big way. I expect Pittsburgh's offense to show up, get the W, show up enough to get the W. I'm taking the Steelers -1 against the Cincinnati Bengals. So that wraps up our bets for today. So again, we went 4-2 last week. I'm hoping for another big week. Go subscribe, hit the link. Discord is in the bio. Join, and if you subscribe, you're going to get access to our over-unders, our bets, and again, Teek and Baney kill with these prop bets all week. They come in randomly. I throw more bonus bets out there. So you're going to get more than just the show bets. So go subscribe and join the Discord. And again, once you subscribe, you'll get full access to every channel in there. And that wraps up another episode. So until next time, boys.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Let 'Em Know Fantasy Football Podcast. Join our community and follow us on all socials, or keep up with the episodes on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.